Hi crafty friends, it's Donna here, and I've got a set of 4 cards for you today, along with a really simple formula for using images that you've coloured yourself, or, in the case of the cards I'm making today, some embossed die cut images. The images that I'm going to use today are from the Flower Shop collection from Paper Rose Studio. This is part of a whole coordinating range of materials, including some pattern papers, but for today I am just going to use these embossed die cuts, and I'm going to make my own backgrounds. Hopefully you can see the way that the light catches on the embossing on these images. So for today's cards, we're going to use a pretty simple formula. That's why I've labelled this video 1 + 1 + 1. And the first element of my formula is the background. Now, one way that you could get a coordinating background is to use one of those papers that I showed you earlier. Another way is to choose one of the colours in your image that you love and to create a background with it, perhaps choosing some other similar colours to go along with it. I've done 2 different colour combinations for this video. This first one uses speckled egg along with salty ocean and iced spruce, and it's a fairly muted background. Once it's all blended, I'm going to splash this in industrial quantities with white gouache mixed with water. That's why I haven't worried too much about having exact blending. If you prefer a brighter colour combination, then perhaps tumbled glass, peacock feathers and salty ocean would be another nice one that you might like to try. That's what I've done for this second background. The one thing that stays the same is all of that spatter. Now that we have the backgrounds done, the next element of our formula is our main image. And to go along with that is a die cut. I've got 4 different examples to show you, but I thought we'd start fairly classic with a background circle. This one is called the Lincoln Circle die, and a plain sentiment. I've used white for all of my die cuts to match with the spatter on the cards and to stop things from getting too busy. You can play around with perspective. The leaves of this Ginko leaves die are much too big for the truck, but I think that's what makes it fun. Or you can put on a selection of dies. For this card, I've chosen a whole lot of butterflies in a size that does match the image from the Flurry of Butterflies die and scattered them across the card. Lastly, I'm going to show you a fun example that just required a little bit of tweakage. When I put this die cut of the woman down behind this wheat stencil, she looked like she was drowning in it. And so what I'm going to do is just extend her to be a little bit taller with an extra piece of paper. At the moment you can really see that paper against the blue background. With the addition of a little bit of colour, it really does disappear, and she gains about a half a body worth of height. The sneaky addition of the sentiment right across that join in her body helps to hide it even further. The sentiments that I've used today for all of the cards come from a set called the Happy Birthday Sentiment Sheets, and I use these a lot. I hope you've enjoyed these ideas of quick and creative ways to add coloured images or coloured cut aparts to cards using this 1 + 1 + 1 formula. And if you're wondering about that extra +1 in the brackets, that's the sentiment. It's obviously not necessary on a card, but I like to add it. That's all for today's cards. I'll be back soon with another video. Bye for now.